Hi everyone, Agnes here, and today I've got a wonderful success story. It's with Jennifer in the UK. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Agnes.
Jennifer, your story was so wonderfully simple. Your big money manifestation and the process that you shared with us. I read your story out recently, but we thought we would talk to you because so many people that email me are struggling with money and not having enough, and they are caught in this anxiety and fear of scarcity.
Yes.
So, and you have done a very simple, wonderful, systematic manifestation. So, can you go back? Firstly, can you go back to firstly your money beliefs from your family? What did you get growing up about money from your immediate family?
Oh God. I think many people would be able to relate that it was it was something like money is scarce, it doesn't grow on trees. You have to work really, really hard to get money, and it is meant for only some lucky ones, a few lucky ones. Uh, the rich ones, like who are born with silver spoon. It is not easily available for everybody. If you want something, you have to work really, really hard for it, especially for money. So
Yes.
these were the very, very few but very ingrained beliefs about money in
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. And as you got into your teens and your 20s,
Mhm.
did you still have the same money beliefs, and was money really hard to come by? Did you struggle?
Uh, if I had to depend on someone else, like my father or somebody, y- I would say yes, because I had to explain why I wanted money, or if I wanted something, I had to explain and everything. But
Mm.
when money was with me, I never had that kind of relationship with money. I really don't know why. I For me, money was a source of happiness. So I still remember if I bought, if I remember I used to save, a very like a cent or 2 cents in my piggy bank, and if I mean if I counted, and that if that money could bring a piece of biscuit, I used to buy that and I used to share it with everybody and happily.
Mm.
And I used to do the same thing with money. I still remember I used to go out, and if I have just $100, and if I see someone, I still remember, this is real story. I saw someone who did not have slippers in his feet, and it was like scorching hot in India. And I bought them a pair of slippers. I did not think
Mm.
about that this is my $100. I could have done a lot. I could have eaten that. I could have bought that. I just bought it.
Yeah.
And then I went
Yeah.
home and I told my mom, and my mom is like, you are such a stupid girl. How
Oh,
did you do that? You should have, give him, you should have given him, maybe $20 so that he could help himself. I said, no, but I did not feel like it. Where would he go
yeah.
for the rest of the money?
Yeah.
So I just bought him. So I used to
Yeah.
do a lot of things, and people used to think I'm crazy, I'm
Yeah.
mad. But this is the kind of relationship I've always had with materialistic stuff,
Yes.
material stuff, and the money, both. So yeah.
That's wonderful. I love that. I mean, my mum taught
Yeah.
me to be the
Yeah.
way that she always said. She'd give me something to go to, to work or to school, and she'd say, it's not just for you. And it was always share everything, because
Yes.
there's so much joy that comes from giving. And
Yeah.
if you just sit there and eat something by yourself, or if you cut it up into five pieces and give away four, it's so
Yeah.
much better. And I
Yes.
think when you grow up like that, even whether your parents taught you or whether it's just in you,
Yeah.
that is really showing, I think, the universe or God or whatever word you prefer, that there is enough. There's more than enough.
Yes.
And I think that's a really beautiful thing. So let's go through your story.
Yeah.
the beginning of it started with one, a desire that you had, and then two, a very brief conversation that you had with your husband. So can you tell us a bit about that?
So you're talking about that moment when I was with my husband in the car?
Yes, and you shared
Okay.
what you'd been
Yes.
thinking about. Yeah.
Right. So I'll give everybody a background that I have been thinking about getting a stack of money for, I think, for quite a few years. But it was not like, I wanted it out of greed or something. I just wanted it to test. And I knew that, whenever money comes, it brings a lot of freedom. But I also had this limiting belief in my mind that it also comes with a lot of challenges, a lot of people who you do not want you know chasing you, right? So but I manifested it years back. I think it was 2017 or 18. I manifested it, and I manifested it the way I had visualized. So I still meditate before my bed, and I when I started manifesting, I knew the year I knew about law of attraction, I started meditating before my bed, before bedtime, and I used to think of different things just to test, because I still remember I used to read a lot of blogs, and in those blogs they used to mention that test your manifesting muscle, make a list and see what all you can manifest. So I used to just think of crazy things that, maybe golden butterfly, orange elephant, this such things. So I just thought about a stack of money. I'm really not sure. I'm sure that I would have picked it from some movie or some conversation or some article, right? That somebody found a stack of money, and I said, okay, this would be a good idea to manifest a stack of money. I did visualize it, but in my visualization, I did not only found the stack of money, but I also connected a thought that it could belong to someone, and that person might be worried. And I manifested the stack of money exactly the same way. I was walking down the lane and I saw a stack of money wrapped in newspaper, and I picked it up and I saw that there was far away, there was a guy who was looking on the floor searching for something. I walked up to him, and after the conversation, I realized that it was his money, and I gave him. And he was really happy about it. But I was very happy that I manifested what I had visualized. And it used to
Mm.
bring, it used to give me goosebumps. Sometimes I used to feel, oh God, I have just opened a treasure box or something, or maybe, something like that. I used to be very excited like a child, and I used to tell my husband, and I told my husband immediately, you know what? I found a stack of money the way I had visualized, and it belonged to someone, and I gave it away. And my husband was like, okay, good for you. He has always said that, good for you. Okay, you're doing this. It's
Yeah.
stuff. But then I forgot about it, because maybe my limiting beliefs related to finding a stack of money was too ingrained, too deep, that I could not just shun the idea that nobody
Mm.
is going to follow me if I find the money. Okay.
Yeah.
But
That, Jennifer, that's what made so many people laugh about that story, was that you saying, if I find a bag of money, it might have a bomb in it. The police might
yeah,
come after me,
yeah,
or some bad people might come and hurt me or do something to
yeah,
me. And I thought, I laughed so much, because that's so what we see when we watch crime shows, is there's
yes,
always a bag of money, and there's always something really, horrible coming to get the
right,
person. So you
absolutely.
really made us laugh with that part of your story.
Yes, and this is really true. And I used to think like this, and it was scary. But I still remember, like off and on, I used to come back to this idea of finding a stack of a huge. So I actually grew, I matured from finding a stack of money, like 3, 4 stack of money, but to a big bag full of money.
Yeah.
But
Jennifer,
then,
can I ask you, while I think of it, the first finding the money that you gave back to the man that was looking for it, to
uh-huh,
the second manifestation, which is the story you sent me,
yeah.
how much time was in between those two
Oh
situations?
my God.
Like years?
Yes, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, 24, 25, 8 years.
8 years.
Yes,
Okay.
because
Okay.
I never entertained this idea. I
Yeah.
don't think it ever came in my mind, and it started coming in my mind in 2025. So I
Yeah.
still remember that thought that if I, you know, if I find a bag of money, what if there is bomb, there is police that will come run after me? There will be goons watching from far. What if they have dropped and they are in a car and watch looking at their bag, and then they see that I am going to pick it up and they'll start following me, and what if they hurt my family and
Yeah.
everything? So I used to shun the idea of finding the bag of money, but then it always, I mean, I don't know, it felt magical. You know how
Yeah.
interesting it is, right?
Yeah.
Money with no strings attached.
Yeah.
So and then on that very day when I when I was like running errands with my husband. I was in car and he's driving, and there was a big green lane, and where I thought, oh, this would be good place where somebody would drop a bag of money. So I and I started visualizing. There's a big, huge bag of money, and then and suddenly there was idea. What if I manifest that it comes with no strings attached and it has a little note which says it is for you, take
Yeah.
it, something like that. And
Yeah.
I thought about it, and it just, I don't know what happened. And yes, the all limiting beliefs related to that idea just evaporated. They just
Yeah.
vanished. I told my husband that, you know what, this I never tell my, so for everybody to know, I never tell my manifestation, what I'm trying to manifest to anybody, not even to my
Yes.
husband. And they
Yes.
are so nice that I keep a journal. I have many journals in my house since 2015, and they never read it. They never, even my daughter doesn't read it. So, but that day I felt like telling my husband, and you can connect the dots because
Yeah.
no matter how many times, no matter how much Neville Goddard says that you are God, and I believe in the fact that I am God because even in Hinduism, there is a word called Aham Brahmasmi. It means I'm God, right? There is this idea, but some few things that happen and that just make me realize there is some highest power which is guiding us, which is connecting the dots, which is just paving the path for us. Because everybody would be able to understand that, because in my visualization, in my thought, I never thought about my husband. Okay, I thought about the bag full of money. It is for me. But
Yeah.
that I decided to tell my husband that, you know what, this is what I'm manifesting. I'm trying to manifest. And what if I manifest and it will be so interesting, right? And he said, yeah, he just smiled and he said, yeah, good for you, good for you. And manifest.
Good
And
for
because
you.
I know that even if he would be laughing inside, yeah, yeah. But he did not express it, just so I could have been discouraged or I would have maybe disappointed too. But
Yes.
anyways, and then two right after 2 days. So there is one more thing I would like to highlight, that whenever a manifestation is going to happen, this is the timeline I see. 2 days or 7 days. Within 7 days, something or the other happens that just it makes it clear that it is coming. Okay. So in 2 days, my husband talked to this relative very close to us, and that relative told him that we are about to sell our house and we are going to give some money to you for you to use it. And
Yeah.
my husband suggested them that, oh, you know what, this is not fair. You should share this money with those who have been with you throughout your life, and I'm not the right person. But he said, no, we trust you and we want you to keep the money because this is yours. And
Hmm.
whatever, and we will keep a portion of money for ourselves, and because we are going to spend a simple life in our, whatever 10 or 20 years we have with us, and that will
Mm-hmm.
be sufficient. But this is for you. So he said, I'm going to give a bag full of money to you, and it is only for you. And this thing, my husband, of course, he was also not very comfortable in entertaining this idea, but he came to me and he told me that this is what this relative has told me, and what do you think? And I said, I felt a little strange. I felt I'm really not sure what to think about it, but how can someone trust you or trust anybody with their such a huge amount with this money? And he said, no, but he has said all this. And you know what clicked me? And what was the time when I gave into this? I mean, gave in, and I said, okay, let's go ahead, let's do this. Is when he said, I'm going to give you a bag full of money and it is only for you. And you, whatever you told me in the car,
Yeah.
that whatever you told me in the car, that clicked me. And he said,
Yeah.
maybe this is how manifestation happens, because I know that he doesn't actively manifest, but he has seen me manifesting a lot of things.
Yeah.
So from apartment to jobs to salary range that I have manifested. So he knows that it works, and I have been doing this. So he said,
Mm.
okay. And then he said to the relative that, okay, yes, I'm ready for that. And they're ready for this, but till the time this money is. So in my email, I had mentioned that, we are blessed enough that we might not want to use this money ever, because we can spend, I mean, we can happily and freely do whatever we want. We are capable enough. And So this is what my husband told my relative, our relative, that this money is going to be with us. I'm going to invest it, um, mm, responsibly and after discussing with you, but you do not expect it to expect us to spend it the way we want it, because we are going to keep you involved, because this is not fair. And yeah, so this is what happened. And this is what I told my husband, and this is how the manifestation came in our life. And the bag of money came into our life within 7 days. Yes, within 7 days.
It's such a short time frame. I think
Yeah.
it's nice for people to hear, especially those that are watching this now that are really struggling with something, a big debt, or not knowing if they've lost their job and they don't know where they're going to get money from, that
Yeah.
there is the ability and the possibility to turn things around.
Right.
You
For those people.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, no. I was just saying, for those people, what I would like to say, and this is related to all the money manifestations, that, whenever I thought about the money, uh, I always felt very excited without
Mm.
any attachment. Right.
Mm.
And that actually opened the door, even if it was related to a certain salary range that I was looking for in my job. I knew that when I started thinking about it, I used to think, oh God, is it even possible for me? But
Yes.
then suddenly there used to be a switch. And I think that switch was that, what if it happens? They say,
Yes.
some people say that, what if I fall? And they say, what if you fly? That kind of
Yes.
situation. That what if it happens? What if it is possible? And then
Yeah.
there is this excitement, that's those butterflies
Yeah.
in the stomach, but without any attachment. Like, if it happens, wow. But if it
Yeah.
doesn't happen, I'm really good.
Yeah.
That is the time when it has started rolling in for me. So maybe
Mm.
most people would be able to maybe connect, or maybe
Yeah.
evoke in themselves. I'm really not sure, but it would help.
Yes. Yes. I think what you said is the most important thing. It's the excitement and the joy of thinking about it without the attachment. And that, you know, sometimes people get attached, other times you don't feel excitement. So it's getting into that state that is the
Mhm.
most important thing. That's the thing that, you know what, whether I get this or not, I can be happy anyway.
Yes, right. That's the feeling, correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What it is such a absolute, you made me laugh so much when you wrote that story, because there were so many funny little quirky things, especially the note that says, this is just for you. So, it's not got anything negative and scary attached to
Yes.
it. That bit
Yes.
made me laugh. And also the thing about the bomb, the police, and the bad people, that was very funny too, because I think this is the collective consciousness of a lot of people that watch TV and they have those
Yeah.
thoughts in their heads. So you
True.
just put it into words. I think that was why it was funny, is because I'd never actually thought of it apart from in my own mind. because you're watching crime shows that those thoughts
Yes,
come through. So
I do.
yeah.
True crimes on Netflix
It's
all the time.
Netflix, exactly. Netflix is responsible, but isn't it great that you can have the visualization, the imagining of it, and
Yes,
then remove that part that is negative and
yes,
makes you feel not good, and you can still
yes,
keep the pure little imaginal scene
yes,
intact. Mm.
right. Yes.
Yeah, it is such a wonderful story, Jennifer. I think it's going to, well, it's already helped people because they've commented on the story when I read it out. But I think hearing you talk about it, because you can hear the fun, it was like a treasure hunt. It was like playing a game. It's a game, you know?
It,
So,
it, yeah.
yeah, it's
And I
wonderful.
still feel, and now I know that I've made it happen. I know that, and I don't get goosebumps anymore because it is not that new to me, I would say. But yes,
Yes.
it does make me happy. It does make me
Yeah.
make me feel free, and it
Yeah.
does make me feel responsible all the time. That
Mm.
whatever is happening around me, I am responsible. Even if there is a fight with my husband, I do not blame him, but I blame not blame, but I just say that okay, maybe I manifested it. Maybe I
Yeah.
thought about something. I'll give you one more thing, Agnes. What I have started realizing more and more, that a lot of things that come in my mind like a flash, it just manifests. So, for example, I met a friend and I was just thinking about that. I will tell my friend to not to take this route, but that the another route that I really don't know why I wanted to go there.
Yeah.
And I met my friend and I sat in the car and I had this idea in my mind, but I did not tell my friend. I thought, okay, let them take any route they want. Why should I bother
Yes.
someone? And then they took the same route without even talking to me. A lot of things are
Yes.
happening. Like, what if this lift, this escalator is working for me, and it actually starts working? What if I get green light, and it because as I told you, I never forget this fact that I we have to keep exercising our manifesting muscles.
Mm,
Because
mm.
what if I forget? What if I forget? Because they had been a long time, like a couple of years, when I knew that there is a word called manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption. But
Yeah.
then it happens, and life happened, and I just did not feel like doing anything consciously or deliberately.
Yes.
Now I
Yeah.
do it consciously, and it happens. So yeah.
Yes, it's so wonderful to know that you're not at the mercy of out there in the world. If you make the changes on the inside, you will get that reflected back. And it doesn't matter whether it's money or love or a job or, that you improve a health condition. None of those things matter. It's your
Yeah.
focus and your feeling is what lights the match to something coming into fruition. So, I'm so glad you had time to come and share that story because it's fun and it's
I'm really glad.
quirky and it's just, it's such a beautiful story that anyone can do. Anyone can apply
Yes.
this.
Yes, absolutely. That's the reason I thought about telling it to you, because I thought about it multiple times. Should I tell you? Should I, because
Yeah.
because again, I know I'm going to contradict myself, but there are a few certain limiting beliefs that I'm going to manifest them away. But that, a lot of reasons. I did not want to tell this story. Then I thought, no, it is
Yeah.
going to solve a problem for maybe. What if, because maybe I'm not completing my sentences, but I'm thinking about too many things. So, Anis, no matter what situation it is in my life, I do watch videos certain times when I feel stuck. So at this moment, at this time in my life, I feel that I'm a pro in manifestation. Okay. But then,
Yes.
as I said, life happens, you start spiraling, and then you need some anchor, you need some support system. And I
Yes.
do watch a few YouTubers, including you, who talk on law of assumption or law of attraction or self-concept, about self-concept and everything. Even the idea of robotic affirmation, okay? But I'll tell you, Agnes, and this is an appreciation, a thank you, my thanks to you, and an appreciation for you, that there is a sense of calmness in what you teach. You know, there is a sense of, how to say, that I feel centered whenever I watch your videos, whenever I listen to your teachings, whenever I listen to your suggestions, your meditation videos, your interviews. I always find that feeling of not coming from desperation. Even a lot of people are getting success from robotic affirmation. Sometimes I do, I do affirm many times. Sometimes when I'm in a situation where I'm stressed, or I just want to
Yeah.
just clean my mind, like I'm trying to mop away all the negative words that are popping in my head all the time. So I do affirmations and robotic affirmations, that is called these days. But then that is also coming, that also comes from kind of desperation, you know.
Mm.
If you're and whenever I watch your videos, and there is one more that is one more YouTuber that I've recently found. I also like her videos. I think it's Rosie's Life, something like that. uh,
Okay.
Rosie's Life, she's also very calm, and she doesn't come from desperation or
Mm.
anything. So that is what I mean, I'll tell you, your videos and you are like that best friends, like call me at 4 a.m. That is my best friend. So whenever I feel stuck and nothing is going to click in my life, I know that there is something on Anya's
Mm.
channel that is going to click, and that is going to give me some suggestion of some advice, some good advice, or maybe a path. So
Mm.
I really don't know why I started talking about it, but yes, this 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 is what has helped me a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
Jennifer, you've got a mind that moves fast. Like you've got energy and it moves fast. That's not a bad thing. It's a fun, you got a sense of fun about you, which is so wonderful. And I think that really helps with manifestation too.
Thank
Lovely.
you.
Really lovely energy. Thank you so much for everything that you've shared. I think this is going to be a real relief for people that are struggling with money at the moment. I think it's
Yeah.
people need hope and they need something easy.
Yes.
And what you did was really easy, and it's still a really simple thing to follow, and a very simple thing to, it's like you ironed out all the little, like, okay, I'm going to write the note that says this is just for you, so that it's not somebody else's and I'm taking it. And so you ironed out all the things that you thought might stop you from going for it. I like how you did that. And I'm so grateful that you had time to share it with us today, because it's very fun, it's very quirky, and it's really
Thank you.
exciting. Yeah.
Thank you. And after listening to this story, I know a lot of people might comment or might think that if it is so easy, then why don't you do this? Why don't you win this? Or why don't you win that? Or why, I have seen a lot of comments on under some success stories of certain people. So why don't you win a lottery? Why don't you win this? And
Mm.
now I
Hmm.
mean, now I'm playing with the idea of what if it happens,
Yeah.
and if it happens at all, like, mm, I mean, winning a lottery is like everybody's on manifestation list, right? And it has come in my list recently after I have won this. I mean, I've not won
Mm.
one, but I've got this bag. What if it happens, right? So
Yeah.
if I'm able to do it, then I think it would be again a big lesson for me and a big lesson for others. And this is,
Yes.
as I said, I never talk about manifestations, my manifestations until they complete. But yeah, this is something I'm going to speak out loud, and I'm going to speak into existence. But that,
Yes.
yes, if everything is possible, why not this, right?
Exactly.
Could also be
Exactly.
possible. And there is another thing that I know that have, I have always wanted to manifest, and I'm going to I think it's very close to me, and it is going to come in 3D, and then I will come back with another success story. So
Sounds great. Look forward to it. It's so wonderful.
yes.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
spending the time to break that down for us, because it's really helpful for people that are, around the topic of money, and there's a lot of that going around. So do you want to say goodbye to everyone, and then I will say bye, and then we can say bye in private?
Sure. Bye, everybody. Keep happy manifesting. This is all I would say. Yes.
Short
And
and
dream
sweet.
big. Please dream big. Okay, there is one more thing I would like to add. So
Yes.
before manifesting it, I for last 3 to 4 months, whenever I was thinking, okay, so I'm a big believer of you know reading science, and sometimes it feels like it is speaking to me. And whenever I was on the road, I always saw dream big written on the billboards, and it always spoke to me. And I used to think, what dream big, like what should I think about? I did not
Yeah.
know it. I could not think of anything. But now when I have manifested it, um you know n- okay, so there is one thing that is related to my family, and that I want to manifest since 2024, the quarter 4 of 2024. Okay. And whenever I used to think about it, I used to see this sign, dream big. So it always felt like whenever I'm thinking about this particular thing that I want to manifest, I'm always I mean, universe always brings this sign in front of me, dream big. Okay. A lot of people might not relate to it, who believes in Neville Goddard, because sign is within you, not outside of you. But yes, it spoke to me. It felt like it is speaking to me. And what could have been, what was that thing which I had to think, which was big for me. And now I think that this is what universe was suggesting. Dream big.
Yeah.
About money without strings attached, so that you can do whatever you want, because what I want to manifest, which is coming close to me, is related to money. If money is with me, then I can make that happen.
Yeah.
And now I has stopped seeing that sign, dream big. Now even if I see it somewhere, it doesn't speak to me the way it spoke to me earlier, when I did not even know what it meant. But it
Ah.
felt like it was in my face, it was thrown in my face to tell me something, and I could not
Mm.
understand at all. So yes, this is also one thing that is related. So just guys, so when I'm saying bye, I would say dream big, happy manifesting. and and if something speaks to you, like even if you get this nudge that it may be for me a movie title, it may be for you some message or some quote, it is for you, just try to understand what it is trying to tell you. Maybe it is
Yeah.
giving you some answers, because this
Yes.
is how I feel. So yeah,
Yes.
that's all.
Nice. I love that. Dream big. Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining
Agnes.
us. And as always, I will see you in the next YouTube, and I will put down below in the description the money meditations, the money playlist, and the 30 days to more money, so you can watch it, inspire yourself, and get into the dreaming big mode. Lots of love,
Amazing. Yeah.
everyone, and I will see
Bye.
you in the next YouTube.